I used to lie about my major in college because I thought people would look down on me. I only recently realized that it wasn't that serious. At the end of the day, nobody cares, right? And if I portray the real me and somebody doesn't like it, then it is what it is. I'll move on, they'll move on, we'll go our separate ways, and it just does not matter. I want to preface that this is my verbal journal entry from around 2 months ago, and so I'll be reading off of a screen. But it was fully written by me, fully said in the moment and everything. I just got the transcript of it, and I have it on a Google Doc. I go to a university that's really well known for tech, but I'm going there to study psychology. And I love psychology. I love everything about it. That's what I want to do in the future. I want to be a clinical psychologist. But because of this, I don't want to say stigma, but because I knew how crazy the CS program was, I thought that these people would essentially look down at another person at their school going for psych. And so, since I didn't want to lie, I just started changing my career trajectory instead. I would start off right even before going into college, before anything happened. I decided that I wanted to do pre-med, even though I had zero interest in that aspect of psych, in medicine and psychiatry. But I started off doing that so that I wasn't just a psychology major. And then I went into freshman year, but since I wasn't in the College of Science, even though I had my mind made up in the fact that I was going to do pre-med, I didn't get into any classes in the fall. Spring semester, I tried tripling up, and that went terribly. And I realized how much I hated biology. But I was still determined and I didn't want to be behind, so I tried to get transfer credit from taking summer courses at other schools, but then the school denied every single one I tried applying for intro science classes. And so I took that as a sign that I wasn't going to do pre-med, right? But then I was thinking to myself, if I don't do pre-med and I tell someone I'm just a psych major at my school, what are they going to think of me? What are my friends going to think of me? And so in the heat of the moment or whatever, all my friends were in Stat ML, statistics and machine learning, which is the next closest thing you can get to CS at my school. So right then and there, I declared a double major in psych and statistics and machine learning. No interest whatsoever in machine learning. I hate coding, I hate programming, I hate everything about it. I do like stats, but anyways, we get to sophomore year, and now I'm enrolled in a bunch of programming courses, and I hate it. I hate every single part of it. To the point where I'm swapping out and dropping courses in the first few weeks of school. And I even end with a pretty bad grade in one of my classes, one of my programming classes. And at the end of the semester, I'm just thinking to myself, why am I doing this, right? Am I doing this for myself? Absolutely not. I don't see a future for myself in anything related to ML or CS. Nothing software, nothing. Nothing. And so I really just sit down and I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for a perception I want other people to have of me. I want other people to think that I'm worthy of being at this school and that what I'm doing is everything, right? I don't want them to just see that I'm just a psych major and then start assuming the worst, because at this point in time, these are the exact thoughts that I had in my head, that everybody around me would automatically see me as less of a person because I went to my school for a major that was not related to computer science, engineering, business, or math, right? And so I just realized then and there that it just wasn't what I wanted to do, and that I shouldn't be caring about what other people think, and I should be pursuing what I want to do, which is clinical psych, with overall the goal of helping people and providing direct assistance, practice assessment, yeah. And so I dropped machine learning. I kept statistics because, I think stats is interesting and it's helpful for grad school, going for a PhD and for research, right? So in that sense, I'm still interested in stats and it's helpful for grad school and psych, so I might as well keep it. I didn't see any harm in doing so because I am just doing it for me, right? But now at this point, when I'm meeting new people all throughout junior year this past year, I realized that unless they were in the psych field, when they asked for a major, I would always say stats first because I was still seeking that little bit of validation in being in math, or stats at my school. I didn't want to say psych first, even though that's what I love and that's what I want to do. And that's what my primary major is, because I thought that in a way, it'd be embarrassing. It'd be embarrassing introducing myself to people who are in my school based on what the school is known for. Introducing myself as someone that's not in the field. I thought that they would automatically think of me differently, and I didn't want to deal with it, and I didn't want to have people question it. I didn't want to talk to anybody about it. The best case scenario for me during junior year when meeting new people was that people didn't ask me what my major was, because I literally just did not want to have a field of interest determine what other people thought of me, because that's how much it affected my mind. That's how much I thought that what I was studying meant to other people's perceptions of me in their heads. And that is just terrible, right? And yeah, it was pretty bad at the moment because sometimes I would stutter too. It wasn't just a seamless thing. In my head, I can tell that naturally that's not what I'm going for and that's not what I want to do. But yeah, it was pretty bad, honestly. I don't know why I did it for so long, but then at the end of the semester, I just realized that nobody cares what you're studying in college. You're all in the same college, and if somebody does care about what you're studying, like, so be it. It's just like one in a million. And like, what are the odds that somebody actually cares about and looks at you differently depending on what you're studying at your school, right? It's just not that serious. And if somebody does think it's that serious, like, they got bigger problems to deal with. And it's pretty embarrassing to say that I didn't really think of this, and I didn't think through this until 3 years into college, like 75% through my college experience. But I am glad that I at least realized it now, that I shouldn't be caring about what other people think, that I should just mind my own business, not give any food for thought about how I portray myself. And if I portray the real me and somebody doesn't like it, then it is what it is. I'll move on. I'll move on and they'll move on. We'll both go our separate ways, and it just does not matter. But I shouldn't be overthinking something that in the grand scheme of things really just does not matter. But yeah, this was one of my verbal journal entries that I spoke about around 2 months ago. And I just thought that I'd share it because it's a pretty crazy thing to think about.